Hi, this is Brett Allison with IntelliMagic. I'm one of our SAN consultants. I wanted to provide you a brief video to show you one of the most common things that I see on Infinidat platforms, and that has to do with unequal distribution of the workload across the front-end ports. The front-end ports are typically connected to hosts in groups of 6 ports, and if everything is working well, you'll have a couple sets of ports that have equal workload, and ideally those groups of ports would also, the 2 sets would also be equal. So let's look at an example. I'm looking at port throughput for 12 ports on an array. The average dot shows the average throughput for the time period selected. So you can see there's 6 ports with the same averages, and the green rectangles show the 10th and 90th percentiles. So you're seeing that they're very evenly distributed in terms of the workload. And then the min-max is pretty much the same. The min-max is the yellow area. So I'm not concerned at all about within that subset of 6 ports. That's good. What I'm concerned about, I guess, is the fact that I've got 6 more ports that have very little workload. Now, this may be inherent to your environment. If you have one really busy host, there's not much you can do about this. But typically what you want to do, especially if you're reaching peaks close to the 8 gig max configured, you want to try to move some of the workload from the really busy ports to the other sets of ports. So just one way to do this is to look at a balance chart like this to see how well balanced things are. I've identified the imbalance, and now I want to see, like, for that host port, what hosts are connected to it. So I drill down and I'm looking at the initiator to the volume, and this shows me all of the hosts that are connected. And what I can do then is I can actually look at the performance of each of these ports. It's a little bit painful. I need to look at the performance of each of these, but each of these are associated with hosts. I'll give you an example of just one, just to show the process. So this host, it's actually the switch port that's connected to the host in question, is only doing about 10 megs a second. I can save this data, I can export this data, and essentially I'm going to go through and do analysis to figure out, which port is driving the most load, and then I'm going to make some changes with regards to rezoning to move some of the, I would say, some of the lesser busy hosts over to the lesser busy sets of ports, and leave the heavy hitter. This looks like one of the heavy hitters. So this is one of the hosts right here that is driving most load. I'd probably leave it there, and then I work on moving some of these other to really try to rebalance and optimize my front-end port utilization to get the most bang for my buck on my Infinidat array in terms of the front-end capacity.